Hi guys, this is Stan. Huge welcome if you're new here. I think November finally is the month where my monthly TBR is going to flop, but at least it is going to be an epic one. We have got not just one but two epic fantasy finale, a new release that I still can't wait to get into, and finally a sci-fi novella that may shake things up. So let's see how October me gonna create some chaos for my November reading. If you enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm also curious to see what you all gonna read in November. Any series you're going to start, or is there any new release that I am missing? Feel free to share everything in the comment below. And now let's dive into my November TBR. I think it is easier to start with a series that I am going to finish next month. It is extra exciting to me because it is my first time to complete a fantasy series that is relatively longer, and secondly, you won't see me repeat these two series anymore throughout the year. I bet you're really tired of me keep on talking about these two series. The first one I'm going to complete is The Wheel of Time, and the last book in this series is A Memory of Light by Brandon Sanderson and Robert Jordan. Like I said, what an achievement it is. I picked up this series a couple of years ago because of the recommendation on booktube. I tried to start this series and just for some reasons I didn't pick it up again. Now I'm here to finish this business. To motivate myself more, I also got this really stunning hardcover, and the whole series looks really cool on my shelf. It is definitely a wild ride. If you are quite new to Wheel of Time, or if you watch the TV dramas but it got cancelled so you need to jump back to the book series, all you need to know about this series is the wheel weaves as the wheel wheels. It is a story that happened over time and time again because of the one power. Those who can influence or change the pattern is called the Tefaren. In this age, the most influential figure is called the Dragon Reborn. In a very broad term, we're going to follow how this group of two river gangs leave their village and got pulled into this conflict between light and shadow. Yes, this conflict is like the main plot throughout this 14-book long series, but we also got so many other things to see. Let's say politics, let's say magic, culture, races. Literally, it is a feast to enjoy. We follow not just the two river gangs and the Dragon Reborn, but also other very interesting characters that got their role to play. After completing the 30th book, The Tower of Midnight, I'm really excited to pick this one up. Finally, all the plot developed in the middle chunk concluded, and in the end, all our characters are ready for the final battle. They are all geared up and got a new role to play. No spoilers here, right? And also a potential danger, and I guess at this point it is not potential, it is real, that got neglected for quite some time in this series. So I really want to see how this group of characters grow up so much since the beginning, gonna fight in this final battle. And of course, gonna witness how Brandon Sanderson gonna conclude this epic fantasy series. I have high hope this is going to be a 5-star read. So after completing this doorstopper, I'm thinking to make a whole series review for The Wheel of Time, especially for those of you who are quite new to fantasy, or if you have heard about The Wheel of Time before but not sure whether to invest that much time and money on this series. You may stay tuned to that review video. It's gonna be up hopefully by the end of November, or at least by the end of the year. Wow, just 2 months left. The next series I can't wait to complete is the Echo Saga by Philip C. Quintrell. So in November, I'm going to read the 9th book of this series, A Clash of Fates. I started this series maybe in spring only this year, and I read it monthly. Finally, it comes to an end. If you don't know, the Echo Saga is a self-published 9-book long epic fantasy series, and I would say it is like a scaled-down version of The Wheel of Time because of the intricate world building. In The Wheel of Time, you got the Tefaren, and now in the Echo Saga, we got Fate. And also very generally, it is also about a battle between light and shadow. It can also be further broken down into 3 trilogies, and each one got their own development and focus. But remember, you can't jump between each installment because they're so closely related in terms of the content. Okay, now you may be thinking this series got all those good old tropes. What's so good about it? Because you're gonna see how the author gonna shake our minds up and expand the world further. How everything is laid so many years ago and affecting now. Coming to the final book of this series, it is just so hard to avoid any spoilers because I want you guys to check this hidden gem out. After so many years of planning and preparation, our villain is finally ready to change the world and try to become an eternal ruler and achieving that person's dream. At the same time, we are following a rebellion against this villain. After so many hardships, they are finally united and ready to fight. Also finding so much more about what this villain trying to achieve. Again, how can you not be excited to check out the last book of a series? Not just for the fate of our characters, but also the fate of this universe. After completing the Echo Saga, it doesn't mean that there's nothing more coming from this universe, because the author is actually developing another series, and I think there's 2 books out already. So after finishing this series, I will still be interested to find out what's going to happen next, but of course, I'm not going to read them monthly. Ui, you watched this far already, so I will assume you enjoy watching my video. If you like my videos, you want to find reading buddies for my 2026 reading club, or you want to meet some new friends on my Discord server, you may consider becoming my Patreon, and the link is always in the description below. And also, just for some unknown reasons, Daddy YouTube suddenly pushed out my last 2 videos more than usual. So if you have just recently come across my channel, I want to say a huge thank you to you because you watched until this point. So enough of me talking here, and let's get back to my November TBR. After my reading goal of 2025, I also have a new release that I do really want to check out before the end of the year. But after those 2 doorstoppers, I'm not sure would it be fit here. I will try my best because it is a sequel to a series that I loved last year, and I'm talking about the Blackfire Blade by James Logan, the 2nd book of the Last Legacy series. And I think this one is going to be out in early November. When I first picked up the first book, The Silver Blood Promise, honestly, I didn't know what to expect from it, but turns out it is a really fun ride. The story begins with Lucan and his father suddenly got murdered. With the clues left by him, Lucan traveled to a new city, and it is dangerous, called Safrona, and tried to solve this piece of puzzle. He met a fun companion called Free, and how this pair got pulled into underground society and even a bigger political conspiracy is wild. I enjoyed the last book because I love exploring this new landscape with this fun group of characters, and this journey is not 100% safe. So coming to this sequel, the Blackfire Blade, we will still follow the same group of characters, and this time they're traveling to a new city called Kozlakov, City of Spires in winter, and it's sort of giving Russian vibes, right? This city seems to be known for its alchemy and technological development, which are quite new in the series. But this time, Lucan needs to catch a thief, and of course, there's gonna be something bigger underneath. As a stranger in this city, Lucan needs to seek advice from a very powerful local family, but turns out that family also got something planned for Lucan that could threaten the safety of this city. What a synopsis! So it sounds a bit like the last one with all those murder mystery and conspiracy, but this time the author injects some new element like the alchemy. But I just can't wait to meet these characters again. It is going to be a fun ride. So coming to the last book on my November TBR, once again I'm not too sure can I get to this one, but luckily this one is slightly shorter. But most importantly, this one can be used for my Reddit Fantasy Bingo. And this one is All System Red by Martha Wells, the first novella of the Murderboard Diaries. So listen to this little story of mine. I firstly come across with this series because of the Reddit Fantasy Bingo and its recommendation. It has been sitting in my mind for quite some time now, but I just haven't picked it up yet. Then maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, I saw Enigma Crate going to do a special edition set of 4 for this like 7-book long novellas. Interesting idea, not sure how that works, but I see it as a sign that I need to read it now. just a couple of days ago, the Broken Binding also announced they're gonna do a special edition, and low-key, it looks better than the Animal Craze one. If it is not a reminder that I need to read this series, I don't know when. So, like I said, this is a book more for the Reddit fantasy bingo and for the prompt piracy. All I know about this series is based on the recommendation on Reddit and of course also from you guys. And you all seem to enjoy this series quite a lot. So no reason not to start All System Red now. If you're quite new here, you may not know me and sci-fi usually don't go well together. Then I look up on Goodreads for the synopsis. I think this book is going to be about, like its title, a murder bot designed for killing, and then for some reasons it stopped killing and just wanna watch television. Then it was sent to a new planet for a survey mission, but it is just so hard to keep its identity a secret because there's an attack on the planet. We would uncover the truth through the narrative of this murder bot. Its humor is dry, socially anxious, and struggle with its own identity. It is going to be a story about identity and free will. Just by looking at this synopsis, I think it is sort of like reinventing the wheel, talking about topics like identity and free will, but in a drier, funnier manner. I think this is my third time to try a sci-fi, so hopefully I am in for a treat. So that is pretty much everything I am going to read in November, and honestly, wish me luck guys. I think I need plenty of them next month. And if you have read any of these, feel free to share which one I should dive into first. So thank you for watching guys. If you don't want to miss out any fantasy TBR like this one, wrap up, reading vlog or any other fun idea, make sure you have subscribed to my channel and like this video. I'll see you all real soon. Goodbye.